Yo, what is up everybody? It's African back at it again. Now, I'm gonna be doing another story time video. I think the last time I did it was like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month. And sorry if I don't have any other gameplay. I only had Mortal Kombat files, but I have another story time. Well, the next story time, I'll for sure have more different gameplay. But I think this gameplay and this next gameplay that's coming up for the story time is gonna be Mortal Kombat. But that's besides the point. Today we're gonna be talking about a fight in my class. Now, this takes place back in 7th grade. Now, if you remember the story I told you about, the fake friend in my previous story, he is involved in this, and there is also another kid that is involved in this. So let me give you insight about my fake friend. Let me just stop calling him fake friend. His name is Jared, alright? So, Jared, you know, he was a pretty fake person. Like, he would stab you in the back, but also pretend that he's your friend. But one thing about him is he did not play around, bro. He was not a bitch, and I would not deny that. If someone was testing his gangster, for sure he would clap back, bro. And that's what the other kid didn't realize. The other kid that was involved in this, I don't want to use his real name, so let's just call him Johnny. Now, Johnny was for sure one of the most egotistical people I've ever seen in my life. Like, his ego is huge. Like, this man thought he could defeat anything. At this point, he could have thought he could defeat God. You know, that's just like, I don't even know, man. This kid was weird, man. He would always think he was like so tough. Like, there was this one huge fat kid, bro. That man was like 5'11", 230 pounds, and I'm just being generous. Like, that dude was humongous. That man was wearing 2XL, probably 3XL in middle school. And then Johnny, he said, Johnny, he said that the fat kid, he's pretty tough, and that fat kid could take everyone on in the school except him, because Johnny claimed that he's so tough he could beat the strongest kid, which the fat kid wasn't really that strong, but you know, since he weighs like 150 pounds more than everyone else, yeah, he's pretty strong. So this dude thought he could take him on, which is complete cap, especially what's gonna happen in the story time. There's more insight about that. And also, one key detail I forgot to mention was, this is kind of like, it doesn't really have that much to do with the story, but at the same time it does. This kid would always make fun of people's moms. Not really make fun of people's moms. He was one of those kids that'll always make yo mama jokes, which in middle school, people made yo mama jokes a lot, but if you do that in high school, you're getting beat the hell up. Like, people do not play, or even if you're doing it jokingly, people are very hostile if you make a mom joke, or just make fun of their mom in general. So yeah, he was one of those kids who want to make yo mama joke, but then when people would do it to him, all of a sudden he would get like so mad, and like he would get pressed, and like he would start punching walls. I remember there's one time in the bathroom, there was this other kid that like said a yo mama joke to him, and he got pissed and furious, so he just punched the dryer while this was during the bathroom. So he just punched the dryer while he was washing his drying his hands. He was like, "Don't make fun of my mom." And I was like, bro, why is this kid so hostile? Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's like, you would see that a lot in high school. But one thing I did realize was during a teacher conference, I saw him, and he was with his dad, and that didn't really concern me. But one thing I realized was his mom wasn't there, so I was like, oh, she's probably at home. But then I forgot how I figured this out, but I think he said it himself. Yeah, I remember like we were making mama jokes, and he was getting very hostile, and then all of a sudden he just said, bro, don't make fun of me, my mom's dead. I never knew his mom was dead, which was very unfortunate. Anyone that has a parent gone, I feel very sad for you, and probably will move on. I'm telling you, you will do great in the future. However, just because one of your parents is dead doesn't mean you have an excuse to make fun of everyone else's parent. So that's one thing I didn't like. Like, yeah, he was probably taking out his anger on everyone, but that's kind of hypocritical that your mom is dead, that you can make fun of everyone else's mom, but then once they make fun of your mom, not knowing that she's dead, all of a sudden it's a problem. Just don't make fun of people's mom in general. I don't get people like that. If someone passed, don't talk shit. It's like it's like those people in the comments that try to talk crap and they have ripped someone in their bio. I'm like, come on, you're literally asking for it. But yeah, that's more insight on it. That's more insight on the Johnny kid. He had a very huge ego, and you have to make fun of people's moms even though his was dead. And the other kid I told you about, Jared, the fake kid, he was a bitch, I'm not gonna deny that, but at the same time, he did not play around with people. Like, he was actually, like, he was a friendly guy, but at the same time, he wasn't, like, I don't really know how to describe it. You know those people that you're really used to, but you don't really see their aggression? Yeah, that's like one of those. It's kind of hard to explain, but I think you guys get it. But that's besides the point. So I had Jared in my 6th and 7th classes. No, wait. Yeah, I had him in my 6th and 7th class. So the 6th class, actually no, I'm thinking about previous. I'm thinking about 8th grade. But in 7th grade, I only had him in 7th semester, and in 8th grade I only had him in 6th semester, but that's besides the point. So in 7th grade, my last class, the 7th period, it was, what was it again? It was history. Yeah, I remember. The teacher was very strict. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the main teacher, he was one of those teachers like he's cool with, but at the same time it's very strict. And he had like those badass kids. Like, he had a bunch of bad kids, bro. Those were like all the popular kids were, and the girls as well. And the girls would actually pay attention, but the dudes, however, bro, those kids were ruthless. But yeah, I had him in that. I had both Jared and Johnny in that class. No, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. They used to clown the living hell out of me, but I'm not, bro. Oh my god, I have a good amount of memory. I'm gonna have to tell more story times about that class. That class was wild, and I'm not innocent either, bro. Like, I wasn't involved in this fight, but at the same time, I did start some other shit as well. I was a threat, bro. I was a school threat in class, man. I'm like, oh my gosh. But I'll tell that story time, for another story. But back to this one. The thing was, Johnny and Jared, they would always, sometimes they would kind of make fun of me together, which it wasn't really like bullying, but it was like more playing around. But sometimes it would get like, out of hand. But the thing I didn't like was, Jared, he would always tell, Johnny to say insults for him. I don't know why, but he would literally ask him to say insults. Like, he wouldn't actually insult me to my face. Like, he wouldn't say shit. Like, he wouldn't roast me. He would always ask, Johnny to say it, and it just low-key kind of gay. I'm not like, you're asking the other man to roast somebody for you. Like, he would never roast me himself. I don't know why. And he would always instigate whenever Johnny was laughing, even if the jokes didn't hit. No, whenever Johnny was roasting me, even if the jokes didn't hit, he would still be laughing tears of joy. Like, I don't know, I was kind of annoying. But I guess one day they had a problem with each other, right? Sorry, I tried to story time for 8 minutes, but it seems like a personal problem. But anyways, they were in class, right? And one day they had a problem. Now, I don't really remember how the problem started, but I think it had something to do with your mom joke. Actually, it probably has something to do with, who's stronger, and, Johnny being the egotistical, narcissistic asshole he was like, yeah, I'm so strong, and then, Jared, he probably disagreed with it. Now, remember, I don't know if this actually happened, this is what started it. All I know is the outcome, but, yeah, that's as much as I can remember, or at least I'm assuming. I was there when it happened, I'm not gonna lie. I was in the class, I was the witness. So then, I don't know what exactly happened, but, Jared, he was getting pissed. I think, Johnny was saying some foul things. It's kind of ironic because he wants them to roast people for him, but then when he starts roasting Jared himself, all of a sudden, he gets mad. So Jared, what he did was he pushed Johnny. Johnny, he didn't really like that. So he pushed him back. And, Johnny, he thought he was just some tough kid and nothing was gonna happen to him. But then, bro, this dude, Jared, he literally pushed him so hard that he knocked down all the desks, bro. Like, there was like there was like 3 columns and 3 rows, and there was like a session of each one. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, he literally pushed him, and then he fell between like 5 whole desks, and like, bro, it took him like 10 seconds to get up. And then there was like, I was like saying, yo, don't tell anyone, yo, don't snitch, and same with the other kid. Yeah, everyone was just basically saying, don't snitch, don't tell, because, you know, we wanted to see what was going on. Now, some kids were getting mad at me because they said I was saying, if you keep saying don't snitch, it's going to make it obvious, which, fine, I get it, but they're doing the same thing, but that's besides the point. Yeah, he pushed him in the desk, and I think Jones, he was about to punch him, but luckily when everyone was saying don't snitch or fight, including me, the teacher came on time. We ended up separating the two, and I think what happened was Jared, he got 3 days of OSS, maybe ISS. You guys don't know what that means. It's out of school suspension. You know, you just stay home. And in school suspension, you have to stay in school for like 8 hours straight in one room, just doing all your work. Can't be on your phone, can't sleep. So yeah, I'd much rather have OSS than ISS. I don't really know what happened to the Jonas kid, but after that, they never really talked to each other that much. I think they kind of got over it, but after 7th grade, I never seen them talk to each other, and I just, yeah, I never saw them hang out with each other. I don't know if they still have problems in middle school. Obviously, they don't have problems to this day, you know, that happened several years ago, but yeah, it was just kind of crazy how the egotistical kid and the kid that acts like a douche betrays you had all out brawling. It was funny, man. I don't know if any punches were actually thrown, but yeah, there was for sure pushing and people getting knocked down desks. Bro, you just had to be there in order to understand the full story, man. Like everyone was saying, don't snitch, fight, fight. Yo, don't tell the teacher, it's about to get insane. It was crazy, man, but yeah. That's all I gotta say. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've experienced any fights or did not fight. And yeah, just leave in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe. Yeah, see you guys later. I freaking out.